Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Another day, another deck tech. I really hope you've hit the subscribe button and I'm hoping you'll hit the like button at the end of the video. Anyway, today, there's another equipment commander in this set. In Phyrexia will be one, and that's what we're covering today. We did Kemba last week, which I really enjoyed. Maybe a cat tribal deck, bit of equipment, that was all well and good. But today's one is obviously the other equipment commander in the deck, which is Kadeen, first Goldwarden, a red and a white for a 2/2 human rebel. Trample on a 2/2 is a bit weak, but whenever Kadeen attacks, he gets +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control. Then, if Kadeen's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If there was ever a home for the new equipment that says 4 Mirrodin on it and comes into play with Rebels, it is this deck. And, I suspect everyone realises that anyway. But, it's worth just covering this commander anyway. It is another red-white commander that goes with equipment, and it is going to be equipment heavy. But, the deck itself is pretty much fun to play. And this is what it looks like. With Atraxa appearing in the background there, apologies. Start as usual with a land. We've got quite a low curve on this, so I've managed to keep it down to 35 lands. Lots of plains, lots of red-white stuff. Everything you could think that is red-white comes into play in this one. I have included Field of the Dead in here because we do have a lot of lands. They're not all basic, so hopefully we'll be able to get some zombies in play as well. Ramp-wise, Tantalite, Talisman, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, and I think, if my memory serves correctly, and there's Talisman and Conviction at the end. I went with the Talisman over the Diamonds just to save a slot, basically. But as you can expect, it's your really kind of typical red-white equipment deck. But there's a few things we've chucked in just to make it a little bit easier. I'm not going to go through all the equipment. You've probably seen them all before. Though, Bone Splitter is old school, I know. Hammer, Elixir of Immortality is here, obviously, to get things back into play. Aureox Steel Shaper is equipped. Each creature you control, soldier or knight, gets +1/+1. That's not why it's here. It's here to drop the equip cost of creatures. Another reason. We have got Kemba in here, because Kemba does help us cheat getting creatures equipped. If we can hit the 5 mana to get the cat tokens, obviously they auto-equip, therefore we get the bonuses on Kadeen even quicker, hence why Kemba's in this deck. Bit of an unusual inclusion, I agree, but it's here. It's a separate deck on its own, but I've included it here. Obviously the other targets are here. Ceram's here, so we can get the card draw in. Stonehaven Outfit is also here to give the +1s to the creatures. Sunspear Shikia is also in this one. It's going to be good, but here comes the really interesting stuff. You pay your 2 mana, you get your rebel attached to the equipment. Yes, if the equipment dies, fine, but you get to keep the rebel. So we've got them all in. So Barb Battlefist is here, Hex Gold Halibut is here. Jackhammer isn't one of them, obviously, but equipped creature gets +2/+0, and you can equip it for 2, so it's not the end of the world. I've also put in Fighter Class. Comes into play, you get to go and find an equipment and then pay the 3, make the equip abilities cost 2 less, which probably makes most of the abilities free in this deck. And then if you get to the level 3, up to 1 target creature can block this combat in turn. You don't have to use it, but sometimes it really does help just to deal with something annoying. Revier Master Smith is in as well. Whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until the end of turn, so that really does help in this deck. And then a whole load of 2-drop equipment. Aeronaut Wings, Captain's Claws, because that does give us some more creatures we can equip to, so that's pretty good. Dowsing Dagger is in here purely because we want to get it to flip as soon as possible to get the extra mana. There's no other reason to include Dowsing Dagger apart from the mana flip, just so we're clear. Heroes Plagues, we've got quite a few legendary permanents in play, and if this is in play and then we put Kadeen on top of it, that gives us the 4/4 we need automatically to get the card draw going, so pretty good from that point of view. Kadona's Banner, we will try to be equipping this to Kadeen as soon as possible to get all the +1/+1 bonuses that we'll get. So yeah, we'll go with that. Lightning Greaves for a little bit of haste and protection, along with Swiftfoot Boots. Lightning Greaves, I'm not sure what we'll put it on, but Swiftfoot Boots can definitely go on Kadeen because we can still equip stuff. Sword of the Animus to go and find some lands is also here. And then going to 3-drop. This a lot of the creatures you will see in all sorts of equipment decks. So Ardeen, Intrepid Archaeologist, you should have seen elsewhere. Move your equipment around, you get to attach it, which is really great. Dathia, Caspian of Paragons here for the whole equipment and spells cost 1 less to cast. Goldwarden's Helms, one of the Mirrodin ones. Equipped creature gets +0/+1. It's not the greatest bit of equipment, but you do get 2/3 Rebel for 3 mana. But it's another equipped creature which helps out draw Kadeen. Militant Inquisitor really does get big very quickly with the amount of equipment that we have attached. And obviously the other version of Kemba's in here, because we can chuck some of it on here as well and start getting cat creature tokens, with our other Kemba in play, like we saw in the Commander deck last week. This works quite nicely, thank you very much. Toil Collector's in as well. Attach target equipment you control to Toil Collector. It's a 0, so you get an auto equip for 0 mana, which is nice. The Reaver Cleaver's in this one. This helps with our treasure tokens, and it gives +1/+1 and trample to one of our creatures, which we can't sneeze at. I've also got Togo, Goblin Weaponsmith in here. They spake lots and lots of different types of equipment, even if they are rocks that we have to pay. But, if we can sacrifice the rock and deal 2 damage to any target, it could help win the game. Valakut, Keeper of the Valduk, Keeper of the Flames, also here. Those 3/1 elementals with trample can help sort of turn the tide when we need them to. Bladehold Whip, another from Mirrodin one, double strike for this one, but equip abilities you activate costs 1 less, so that's all good. And then the usual selection of what you'd expect to see in equipment deck. Maybe not Chiturnia's Cloak, I agree with that one, but it's got +2/+2 in Menace. I thought it was worth a try. Haunted Cloak for the Vigilance, Trample and Haste, and then a whole selection of the swords are here. Obviously I haven't got the new one yet, it's still going for silly money on MTGO, so once I can pick up a copy of the Phyrexian sword, that will be joining the deck and something will be coming out. Probably the Cloak, to be honest, so bear that in mind. Over on 4-drop land, Armoured Sky Hunters here. Look at the top 6 cards of your library, go and find a equipment and put it onto the battlefield and attach it to a creature. Hexgold Hoverwings is another full Mirrodin one, but it's quite nice. Creatures you control that equip get +1/+0, so we can't complain at that. So basically we play this, our Rebel becomes a 3/2 flyer for 4 mana, which I can cope with. Balan Wandering Knight is also here. Why not? If you're going to have an equipment thing, you must have this going on as well, because you can put all the equipment on this and Alpha Strike. It will upset people. Likewise, Halver's here as well. No point in having one without the other. Another one of the full Mirrodin ones. This gives you a 4/2 when you play it for 4 mana, which I can cope with. Chain Reaction to control the board. Astor, Bearer of Blades. Enter the battlefield, look at the top 7, get an equipment. Equipment you control have equipped 1, so it chucks it down even further, which is lovely. And if you've got both this and this in play, you're equipping for free no matter what. Nahiri here of the Hair of Ancients is also here, because it does give us a nice way of getting some little blockers and more quick creatures by creating the calls. So Nalia Sun's Vanguard is from our Commander deck from this set. I've picked one up on here. I haven't picked the Commander deck up, but I've picked one up on MTGO. Attacking tokens you control have double strike. Yeah, okay then. And whenever one or more tokens you control attack a player, exile the top card of your library. During any turn you attacked with a token, you may play that card. So it's a nice little way of saving some of the stuff on top of your library and doing it that way. So bear that in mind. And then to top it off, you've got to have Helm of the Host. If you're playing an equipment deck and you don't have Helm of the Host in the deck, I think you're doing it wrong. That's my opinion. Share with me in the comments. Going forward from there, Danthea Benalia's Hope's also in. Go and find an Aurora equipment card from your hand or graveyard, put it onto the battlefield attached to it, so auto-equip for this, which is great. Mirrodin Braid Arch is also in. +2/+1 for Vigilance. So you get a 4/3 with Vigilance when it comes into play. Can't complain too much. Stone Hirajant, search the library for equipment card, put it on the battlefield, attach to a creature you control, then shuffle. Yep, okay, we'll do that. The Battle Master is also here. Again, another way of alpha striking if we need to with this deck, which hopefully will make things easier. Dragonwing Glider is probably the best bit of the four Mirrodin equipment I've seen so far. +2/+2 flying and haste, so 5 mana for a 4/4 in the air that goes straight in. You can't complain at it. Othari's Sun's Glory. Again, another one from the other card from the Commander deck that came out with this set. Flying lifelink haste. Whenever it attacks, you get an experience counter. Then create a 2/2 rebel creature token that's tapped and attacking for each experience counter you have. This probably deserves a deck on its own, and I will be looking at it, but I've included it in here because I want to show off some of the power, maybe. But this is probably going to be bred on its own, so keep your eyes out for that one. I'm thinking about it currently. Tiana, Ship's Caretaker. Whenever an Aura equipment for controls put into graveyard from battlefield, get it back in your hand. Yep, okay. Tiana probably deserves a slot, hence it's here. Final card in the deck, Blasphemous Act. Got to control the board somehow. And that's it. That's my take on Kadeen. Obviously, this is a little bit shorter because you've seen a lot of equipment decks before, so I'm hoping it's not too boring. Let me know if you think I've missed any major equipment down below. I'm sure there's a couple of bits you're thinking of. The deck list is there. You can peruse that. I know this has been a short video today. But thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Help me get up to the 1,000 followers. Subscribers over here. I'm at 124, I think, as I record this one at the moment. So please help out. And come back and see what I've got coming up tomorrow. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.